are getting the business edge today from Scott Davis. He's the Chief Growth Officer with Profit Brands. Good to have you here.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So your firm checks on all the brands out there and decides which brands are the most relevant.
Right.
No surprise here, Apple tops the list.
Top for fourth year in a row.
How do they do it?
How do they do it? Well, we look at four distinct drivers of relevance. Is a brand customer obsessed? Is a brand distinctively inspired? Is it pervasively innovative? And is it ruthlessly pragmatic? And Apple just kills it on all four of those criteria.
Who else makes your list?
Oh man, it's the typical ones you'd expect. You'd see Netflix, you'd see Spotify, you'd see Amazon. The ones that surprised me, Pinterest is number 3 this year.
That surprised me as well.
Yeah, it's a brand that definitely connects with its consumers. It's very engaging, it's a great experience.
It's not fading away.
And it's not fading away, and it cuts across all demographics, which is so interesting and counterintuitive for a lot of people.
Nike is on your list. Is this a first for Nike?
Nike has been a top 10 performer for the 4th straight year of us doing the study.
Now, as far as some of the newer names, you say share riding is big. It's become very hip.
Yeah. The sharing economy in general. So in terms of the biggest risers this year, Airbnb was number 1, Lyft, and Uber.
Well, I think Facebook might be one of the names a lot of people are wondering about here.
Right. Yeah, Facebook dropped over 100 slots in our survey this year. Social media brands overall, except for Pinterest, are doing poorly.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think millennials have turned off on Facebook, as you can imagine, but Instagram and Snapchat have also done poorly. I think there's an over-commoditization. The brands like Facebook are not finding meaning in consumers' lives, and they don't have a purpose they believe in. And oh, by the way, there's been some trust issues in the last couple of years.
Well, that's interesting for investors to watch. Now, as far as names that are starting to crack into your list, what do you think is worth noting?
So my favorite finding this year is the rise of American automotive manufacturers. So Ford and Chevrolet both entered our top 50 this year for the first time ever. Toyota and Honda have been stalwarts for the last 4 years, but the rise of the American manufacturer in the automotive sector is something that took us by surprise, but we're happy to see.
One last name on your list, we have to talk about Starbucks.
Starbucks is struggling. It's dropped about 100 points again this year. It's in our top 200, and I think consumers just have too many choices. I think coffee at home, Keurig is one of our top 20 brands, is become a real thing. And then they may have been flying a little too close to the political sun for some consumers, and they may have turned off some.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for all of this great information.
Thanks for having me.
Check out businessfirstam.com to find out where to see our entire show. And don't forget to like, follow, and share Business First AM.